Hello everyone, GM Var Akobian here with 1000 GM, and we're doing a recap video of the round number 4 of the US Women's Chess Championship 2022. There's a very exciting tournament with a lot of decisive games, and let's take a look at the results of the round number 4. Irina Krush is picking up a form and won against Ashrita Esfaran. Alice Lee drew against Yan Ruyang. Rochelle Wu drew against Talia Cervantes. Abrahamian won against Foiger, and that's second consecutive victory for Abrahamian. And the highlight game that we're going to be covering is going to be Jennifer Yu winning against Maurice Suzuki, Sophie. And then Anna Zatonsky finally won her game against Megan Lee. And Nazi Pakidze drew against Big Kim Tokarjanova. So let's take a look at the game of Jennifer Yu against Maurice Suzuki. So Jennifer opened up with c4, English defense. We have c5, knight c3, knight f6, g3, knight c6, bishop g2, knight g2, bishop g7, d3, castles, knight e8, bishop b3. Now knight goes on d4, activating the knight, going to knight c7. The idea to put a knight on e6, f4, rook b8. Black is trying to play b5 here pretty quickly, just try to open up the position. Knight d5. That's an inaccuracy, actually. The better move here would have been just to try to bring the rook into the game first. Because after knight here, there's going to be knight takes e2. And the other knight is going to try to join in on d6. But before doing that, actually, we have to figure out why we play the move rook b8. And that's something I always recommend to my students. When you choose a plan, you stick with it, okay? Rook b8 was played with only one purpose, right? To try to get b5 in. And now finally, there's an opportunity to do that. There is no need to hesitate. You choose a plan, you stick with it, okay? Rook b1, now bc. Knight takes here, and now you cannot take with this pawn because bishop f5 is going to hit your rook and go rook takes b2. It's a problem. If he goes here, now you have a queen a5 move, activating your queen, and bishop is going on a6, attacking this queen and the rook. So that's why I think b5 is actually a very good idea in this position. Knight e6, e5. Knight e6 is inaccuracy because it's allowing white to play a move like e5 to complicate the position, but after b5, black would have had the initiative. b5, rook a1, rook e8, b3, defending everything. And now a blunder from Suzuki. She has to try to keep some counterplay and keep the center, but she tried to close the position. That is just a really bad move here. Instead, should just play the move knight d4, activating the knight, forcing the take, and try to open up the position, with some e6 ideas. Yeah, knight b4 could be a little bit challenging here, but there is a bc, knight c6, cd. I mean, it's a messy position, but I gotta tell you, the position opens up. Bishop's gonna have squares to go to. It's gonna get very interesting. Okay. So, but after b3, b4, you're just simply blocking your own counterplay, and it's going to be very difficult to do anything. And now we see the move queen f2 played. Actually, f5 would have been very strong here, simply attacking the knight. And if you take, it takes just simply queen h5. And now f5 is under attack, f7. It's just very difficult position. Bishop e5, rook takes f5, f6, rook takes e5, d takes c5, bishop e4, attacking on h7, and knight f8, and now bishop h6, and putting pressure on f8 here. So that didn't happen. Queen h5, knight f8, And even here, you can start out with a move like g4 to open up the position. I mean, all the pieces are attacking. This looks like a very, very strong attack here for white. Takes, take. I mean, you have king h1, bishop e4, rook g1 is coming up. It's just going to be a very, very powerful attack here for white. But Jennifer didn't play that. She played a more, normal move. It's not as strong as f5, preparatory move. Yeah, preparatory move in here. Knight d4 now comes in. f5 is also very, very dangerous right now. f5 breaks, so he goes knight d4. Takes, takes. Queen takes d4. And now bishop g4 comes in. Rook e1, a5. Again, perhaps the move bishop f5 would have been better here to try to make sure f5 is stopped and to try to have some pressure on d3. Queen b2, a4, d4. Yeah, simply consolidating the position. Now extra pawn and no compensation. Queen goes on a5, queen d2. By Jennifer putting pressure on b4 now, queen a7, king h1. Whenever you see a pin like that, don't even worry about it. Just put the king here to make sure you avoid all the pressure. Takes back. Now rook e8 plate. Another option here would have been simply bishop e6. Okay, this would have been another option. Now knight f4 and try to take the bishop here. That would have been a nice advantage for white anyway, but yeah, this is very difficult to play the position like this. The center is very, very strong here. So rook e8, queen g5. Now activating the queen, putting pressure here and putting pressure on e7 as well. Everything is hanging. Queen d4, rook e4 now, attacking and winning the piece. Perhaps rook takes d5 could be played. If takes on d4, there is rook t4, but there is cd. Takes and rook takes g4, and white has a very nice position here, putting pressure. Upper rook as well. So queen b2, rook takes g4. Now white is up a pawn and still has the attack remaining. But the finishing was very, very nice. It's knight e7 check, king h8. If you go to f8, there is, I think, just simply rook gf4, attacking on f7, and I don't see how to protect f7. Once you win f7, then everything is going to start hanging. So after knight e7 check, he played king h8, rook h4. Now setting up some mating ideas here. Rook f8, and now we just need to bring one more piece into the attack. Okay, one more piece has to join the attack, and that piece is bishop e4. That way we have more pieces into the play here. Now checkmate is pretty much unavoidable, so I play the move queen e2. Probably the best move is rook to b6, but in that case, there are a few different ways to continue. I really like this idea. Rook f4. Let's say you take, and now beautiful check, takes, check, and mate on h6. Okay, so that's not going to work. So I played bishop e4, but actually queen e2 was played, and that's going to allow a more forcing checkmate, which Jennifer demonstrated it. Knight takes g6. If you go to g8, simply knight e7 check, forcing the king back, and then rook h7 mate. So that's bad. So now it's a take. Rook takes h7 check. If you take, you're simply getting mated. Check and a mate. If he goes here, rook g7 check, clearing up the shield of defenders. Check. And queen h7 checkmate on the board, and that is a fantastic finish here. The opening didn't look that great, but I think the finish was excellent by Jennifer Yu, and in the middle game she outplayed her opponent. Again, one mistake and not being able to play precisely the plan here. The idea was correct, rook b8, and in fact White's 95 move was slightly dubious, but here very important moment here in the game. Playing 96 is just too slow. You gotta play b5. You gotta try to get that counterplay going here. Otherwise, you're just not gonna have a very good position. And that's exactly what happened in this game. So you have to have your when you have a plan, you put the pieces together. You have to have that correct counterplay here. So knight c3 is probably the best move, but then I go bishop a6. Still have some pressure here. You don't have b3, this is hanging, so it's looking difficult here to what to do. So very strong position here, and I like black here. Black has an advantage out of the opening, but instead 96 was played, and after e5 things get really complicated here. And if you're wondering why not just take, right? This take, bishop takes, because this would be quite interesting. But the point is she has bishop c5. Now hitting on e7, and if you take, queen to e5, bishop e6, simply rook a d1, and try to play the move d4. Queen c3, takes, bishop d5. And now rook f1, e6 actually. It's not that great because of the move rook takes e6, and if you take bishop e6. But even this is actually quite maybe it's not maybe not the best. Maybe something like rook bd8 could be played, or knight b6. It's still a game here. White is a little bit better, but yeah, this would have been a better way to play. But instead, yeah. Black played just a bit passively after e5, and especially the move before when he shut down the counterplay allowed Jennifer completely take over the game and win it. Thank you everybody for watching the recap number 4 of the US Women's Chess Championship. We'll be back with more recap videos from this event. Make sure to tune in on our YouTube channel, 1000GM, and subscribe so you can see all these new videos. And we're looking forward to hear your comments as well in the comment section, and put a like on the video as well. Thank you guys, and we'll see you for round 5 coverage. See you next time.